Hey everyone, it is your girl, Poetic Empress, and the beautiful Madam C. We are back again, Sacred Whispers. Today we are going to hit a few spots. We're gonna talk about some portals. We gonna touch on some waters, and we gonna talk about my trip because I just went to New Orleans for the weekend. New Orleans, y'all. So let's get into it. Sis, what you want me to talk about first? You want me to hit these portals, or you want me to talk about this trip, or the combination?
You know what? Let's just dive into wherever. It don't matter, sis. Let's just take it.
So here's the thing, y'all. The reason that portals came to me is because of the trip. For me, the city of New Orleans feels like a portal, a spiritual portal. Um, And I was telling sis about it when I first got back. And I say it's a portal because it took me somewhere within myself that I had kind of sent on sabbatical. I told her it was my inner thug, my inner gangster, the part of me that is that go-getter, the part of me that is aggressive in a good way, that complements the healing that I've been doing spiritually and emotionally. But different places are portals because of the history, because of the people, because of the practices, and sometimes because of where they're situated
Hmm.
on the land. If it's near certain faults, near the equator, near certain volcanoes, certain waters that were known for healing. Like, it's so many
Yeah.
different things that can make it be a portal. But portals are also not one size fits all. Like, everybody is not going to have the same feeling when they touch the city of New Orleans.
Mm-mm.
Um, Most people go there and think about Mardi Gras beads and getting drunk and partying. But for me, it's always a different experience. I come in one way and leave out feeling a totally different one. It was like the city reset my body, literally. Um, Certain medications I normally need to function, I didn't need them. I
Wow.
don't know if that's because I was eating different, which really was, I didn't eat a lot of sweets. I was eating different foods, different spices. Um, there was that. I was walking around more. But New Orleans is a portal due to the unique blend of African, Caribbean, and European spiritual traditions and influences. The Irish were a part of that. Like I said, Catholicism was a very large part of the culture, whether through slavery or even as hoodoo expanded.
Yeah. And
Um,
then I just keep going, sis. I ain't even mean to cut you off like that.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking because they always say New Orleans has like is where the veil is the thinnest at. That's why people have so many like
You've got
different
voodoo and
experiences
other
and stuff.
heritages there. You've got the
Mm-hmm.
cemeteries.
Yeah.
The reason that I was in the city was for the Anne Rice celebration. She is one of my favorite authors. A lot of y'all may be familiar with her. She is the author of the famous Interview with the Vampire. Um, But for me, I didn't start with Interview with the Vampire. I actually started reading Anne Rice when I was 15. And I started with her Mayfair Witches series. Um, the first book I picked up, which wasn't the first in the series, was Lasher. The first is actually The Witching Hour, but I did go back and read all of them and multiple times. But for a lot of her readers, especially during this tribute, because she died about 4 years ago during the pandemic, so we couldn't have for her many millions of fans around the globe. We couldn't have an event because it wasn't safe, you know? And so this is that event to give us a chance as fans to mourn. And
Right.
when I say it was the most surreal experience for me, the people there were so genuine and helpful and loving and kind. The smiles were real. The energy in that building was humming. We were in the Orpheum Theater. That in itself is history. Um, the acoustics in there, the singing, the violins playing, everything was very ethereal. Um, Anne was a beautiful person and very open and very accepting. She wanted you to be comfortable and accepted as who you are. Whether you were a youth part of the LGBTQ community, regardless of your culture, your race, your creed, it didn't matter. Anne wanted you to be accepted as you are, to feel like it was okay to be you. And a lot of people that paid tribute to her said that, especially as teenagers, she made them feel like they were finally accepted and seen. For me, especially being that my favorite was the Mayfair Witches,
Mm-hmm.
it made it okay to be a witch, to accept that people feared you because of your power, not because you were horrible, because they were scared. They
Yeah.
didn't know how to combat your power. And that is something that we are trying to do now, is to pull back our power, our authenticity, and to stand in that and not let people tell us get back in the broom closet. Because guess who's not going back in the closet? That would be
Exactly.
me. I am not.
Exactly.
Um, but that whole experience, and a lot of the things that I learned through the tribute, because she lost her first child to leukemia when she was 5 years old, and that sent Anne into a very dark place. And her daughter was the basis for the child vampire Claudia. Um, but the real person in her sought to give comfort to others. And another mother down the line, when her son Christopher was a teenager, the young man committed suicide, I guess. And Anne reached out to the mother, and she basically told her something along the lines of, you'll never come back out of the darkness into the light again, but you'll learn to find the light in the darkness.
Wow. Wow.
And
That is.
that brought tears to my eyes because it resonated deeply within me. There are things that will change you, but you you're never going to be the same again,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, because now your DNA, your mindset, everything has been affected by whatever event took you into that dark place. So no, you don't really always come out of that darkness, because we relapse into it a lot of times. Different triggers, and that's the therapy side of it. We relapse into it. But when we do, she's right. We find the light, we find the coping skills, we find our support system, we find our tribe,
Yep.
and we learn how to exist
Mm-hmm.
and how to grow and prosper, and then let our light still shine, and we learn how to be a beacon for others.
Yes. Yes.
And that in itself left me feeling very, very full. But now, to get out of the sentimental zone of it, that city, that portal for me, baby, I turned up. I sent sis my pictures because I was in period dress. I was gothic, okay? I had on a royal blue and black corset. I had on a ruffle skirt with all the tulle and stuff up under it. Baby,
Stop
when I say
playing
the
with her.
girls was sitting up, the girls was sitting up. I had on a top hat with a veil and blue feathers that I had made myself. I had on a shawl. Baby, I was and blue fishnets. I was stepping down Canal Street like on them. Okay.
Stop playing with cities. You were in her
And when
element.
I say the city is alive and makes you feel okay to be eccentric and be you,
Yeah.
I had people talk about, girl, I love that hat. Didn't know me from nowhere. I had people talk about, yes, hey, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they was just, as you walk by and you think, you self-conscious, what if nobody, no, it is okay to be you.
Mm-hmm.
That is my zone, my beat. I
Yeah.
also woke up in the morning in my hotel room at the top of the Sheraton because they had me on the 34th floor, baby, in room 28. Okay, 3428. One of those pictures I sent you, my son had took a picture of me standing there looking out the window, so it was like a silhouette picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I was overlooking the rivers and stuff, and I had this feeling when I went across Lake Pontchartrain.
Mm-hmm.
The most serene feeling came over me
Mm.
as I gazed at the water when I drove over, coming into the city and coming back out. Lake Pontchartrain was that spot.
Wow. Wow.
And all I could think about is the rituals and things
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that Marie Laveau had done
Yeah.
on the lake.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say certain landmarks and stuff in New Orleans, they believe it holds gateways to the spirit world, and I believe that, like, for real. So that could,
When I say that place was a portal for me, and I
yeah.
was recharged in so many ways,
Mm-hmm.
I left that city feeling revitalized. Okay.
Girl, yes, yes, the reset.
The reset was insane. Now, I did not go to the cemeteries like I wanted to because I wanted to go to the cemetery that Anne is buried at. Um and I wanted to see her family's mausoleum.
Oh yeah.
Um it's got a beautiful stained glass door on it, and I wanted to pay my respects to her, but the next time I'm in the city I will go. But that
Which
cemetery is
hopefully will be in March.
hopefully in March, baby. No, I ain't hopefully I'm going.
Right.
If I gotta swing the pole, I'm going. But anyway,
That's what.
um, maybe I'm gonna go.
But
Okay,
listen, y'all, like, um,
Buku Hoodoo Festival,
yes. But I
and it's
feel like
on my birthday.
whether you in New Orleans or anywhere else, um, the land always remembers, right? That's the thing. So the streets speak. And I believe that's why New Orleans streets speak so loud because of everything that's been going on down there, all the different what I don't want to say religion, but different practices, the different rituals that take place, like all of it. And that's why when sis say the streets of New Orleans is alive, it is like it is. And I feel like the portals are always here, right? You just need to just learn how to listen, okay? And yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about that, honey. Because listen, the land never forgets.
It doesn't, and like I said, in New Orleans depends on where you're from and who
New
you're talking to.
Orleans.
How it's said, see, yeah, the folks in that city ain't gonna say it like that unless they are being very very proper for a production. But um. it's a center for voodoo and other syncretic religions that blend together West African, Haitian, um, other Catholic traditions. So you have to look at that. And then they talk about cemeteries being the portals there. So St. Louis Cemetery number one, which is where they believe Marie Laveau's tomb is, but some think that the tomb was moved by the
Crazy.
family, but we don't know. But the cemeteries contain, some believe, the gates of Guinea,
Mm.
which are gateways to the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then like we said, beyond the cemeteries, Congo Square is important because of the drum circles and ceremonies and ring shouts and things that were practiced there. You've got people in the city that are selling grigri bags and talismans and chicken feet, which y'all, I got some of those in the works too, being blessed daily. But yeah, be on the lookout for those. Me and sis gonna have those. Then you've got just the other things, the food, the
Yeah.
music,
It's so
the
full of culture. Like the
traditions.
culture is so thick down there.
It
Like,
is very thick.
yeah.
But there's other places that are considered portals. Like we know
Hmm.
some of them, the more famous ones that people tend to think of are like Stonehenge. Um, People look at Varanasi, India, um,
I forgot
or
that.
known as the spiritual heart of India, and it's an ancient city which they make for Hindus. They make a major pilgrimage there, and they come to bathe in the Ganges River.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Teotihuacan, and I know I probably said that wrong, but in Mexico, it's a Mesoamerican city, famous for their pyramids. Pyramids weren't just
Hmm.
in Egypt. Um,
Yeah.
and that's a gateway for more spiritual exploration. We've got Jerusalem, of course, which is a holy city in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And that's the city of fire in Jewish mysticism.
Mm.
So then you've also got Sedona, which I do want to go to Sedona in Arizona.
I remember you talking about this, sis.
Yes, it's a veil to other places, other dimensions there. That's what they say for it. You got Spain, you've got another places in Israel. And in most of those places they have what they talk about energy vortexes. They talk about
Hmm.
the sacred sites, like like we said, temples, pyramids, rivers. When you think about it, that's the elements.
Yeah.
Earth. Your
Yep.
temples and things are part of the earth because they're constructed. Then you have the water. Water is a huge conductor
Mm.
of energy. And of course, where that much energy is, you're going to have a portal.
Yeah. And speaking of waters, we need to get to that too. Thank you for saying that. Because oh yeah, so we was what was we gonna talk about, right? Different waters, right?
Yeah, the different waters. Like we got the
Okay,
Florida
yeah.
water, but then we also, like I was showing you earlier, I got this bottle, this jar, rain and storm water mix because it rained and then storm.
Oh well, hey, even better. So hey,
And you can use it in your baths, but be very, very
yeah,
careful with stormwater, y'all,
yeah.
because if you're doing prosperity workings or love workings or anything like that, do not use stormwater because that washes
Mm-mm.
away stuff.
Yep.
This is more about cleansing and getting rid of the gunk that you don't
Hmm.
want.
Remember, when you're working with water, you always want to be intentional because water is living energy once again, and it holds memory and it carries spirit. So be very intentional. It's not just for drinking and taking showers.
Yeah.
So, but let's start. What you want to cover first? Moon water. Let's
Oh,
go.
yes. Tell us about that moon water, sis. Tell us about that moon water.
Oh, moon water. It is great for your intuition. It helps heighten your intuition. It balances emotions, right? Because y'all know us females, when it comes to the lunar, the moon, how it has something to do with the tides and all that stuff. So as women, we have a certain connection with the moon,
Them
and it
lunar
fucks with us.
cycles.
Oh, did I just
You
say
know,
this? It's
we
gonna have to,
Yeah, we said it, but it's okay. We got potty mouth. Cause like
but
a sailor, y'all.
it's messing with us. So just like it can control the tides and stuff, we made up of what? How much percent water?
Girl, now you getting me into science. I don't know
I
what,
think
80
like
something?
80% water, 70%. Y'all let me know
80,
in the
85, something
comments.
like that.
Yeah,
We got a
so
lot of
of
water
course
in us
it's
in
gonna
our blood and
affect.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna mess with our emotions as well. But the moon water will help balance that. And it also helps you connect to your divine feminine power. We
Hmm.
use it for cleansing altars, blessing our spiritual tools, like she said, adding it to your bath, but don't add it mixed with no storm.
Girl,
Don't
no, don't
add
do
it
the
mixed with
storm
the
water, yeah.
storm water, okay?
Unless you're trying to wash some stuff away. Now, if you're doing a love ritual and you're trying to get rid of that man or that woman, you throw all that storm water in there, make
Exactly.
them wash it.
But in hoodoo, we recognize that the moon rules the unseen, our emotions, our dreams, and psychic awareness. So when charged under that light, you literally bottling up the moon power and reflection into manifestation. So you just want to get you a jar.
But be
Um,
mindful of the cycle of the moon
yeah,
because a quarter moon, half moon, dark moon, full moon, all of those are gonna have
yeah,
different energies. Some things are for drawing to you, and some
yeah,
things are for shedding.
yeah.
So it
I
depends
know
on the
for like the
cycle.
new moon, they say it's always good for manifestation. The full moon is good for release. And I see a lot of people use the full moon for manifestation, but in reality, it's really supposed to be for releasing, right? New moon manifestation. The other moons I don't really work with, so I can't really tell you. I'm just gonna be straight up. I don't know what the
Because
quarter
you've got
moon
the
gonna do.
waning moons, you've got
Yeah,
the gibbous moons.
yeah, and they got a book that tell you about
Hmm.
the different phases and what it means and how to work with them. I'm
Hmm.
gonna work with the full and new,
And
but
the
you can work
lunar,
with all of
that's
them.
we probably need to do a episode on that one because
Yeah.
the lunar cycles are different for a lot of things, not just water, but crystal
Mm-hmm.
charging, um, and other rituals that you want to include lunar energy.
Yeah.
When I say my oils,
Yeah.
yeah, I use lunar energy as well to charge those. So, but
What's another one?
that we got the Florida water, which we talk about often, and it depends on what you're doing with it, because sometimes it's just protection. Yes, and she got another one too, y'all. The dragon's blood, and this is the bomb.
Is that
Okay,
look? That's the new one, but my first one finna be gone. So
I put all
I'm
of
gonna
it
have
in
to.
this bottle though, because I like to mist myself with it. Yeah, yeah, girl. I took you with me to New Orleans.
But yes, y'all,
Anytime I had
Florida
to cleanse
water.
after coming out of certain areas or spaces or different interactions, that I was like, mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Had it in my pocket.
Yeah. For real, Florida water is that go-to when it comes to cleansing. Okay,
Hmm.
cleansing your space, even yourself, your altar, all of that.
Baby, when I used to Uber, because I don't Uber as much now as I used to, if somebody got out my car and I ain't like their energy before my next passenger got in, I would spray that car down.
Mm-hmm.
And half the time they get in, oh, your car smells so nice. And I'm thinking, oh, you smelling spirit water
Right.
right now, but we're not going to talk.
Exactly. Because like I tell people at the end of the day, we are energetic beings,
Hmm.
right? And when you're in contact with somebody, your energy field is gonna go into their energy field, vice versa. And whatever that person got going on, even though you may not notice it, they could be having battles in their head or something. Whatever they got going on, some of that, because you're in contact with them, is gonna give off, regardless, right?
Girl,
So
I put
that's
a
what
shield around myself.
exactly
I had to practice shielding when I first
building.
realized I was an empath and I was taking on so much of other people's stuff. It was
Exactly.
draining and
Yeah.
it made me cry a lot. But then I would envision this almost like a blowing a piece of bubble gum. And I
Mm-hmm.
would envision the bubble blowing out around me, and I can make
Yeah.
my bubble be as small or as big as I wanted it.
Yep.
But even then, my mind says I need to cleanse my bubble on the outside so none of it seeps. So I be
And
misting.
look, we got cloak too, y'all. I ain't trying to
Ooh,
make today a promotional session, but listen, we got cloak because those of you who probably ain't good in visualization yet, who probably ain't good at meditating and surround and seeing your energy field, like being protective or all of that, use cloak. Okay, it acts as a protective shield, right? So because like I said, you don't know what people be going through, honey. You could be in a car with somebody who I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but you just don't know. So you
my
always want to
petty
finish it.
ass be like, get out. What? Get out.
Right.
I don't like your energy. Get out.
Yeah, you always have to just and when you into what we're into, this practice, that's vital.
You
Because we
gotta
talk to
cleanse your
people.
space and cleanse yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your doors, your floors, your windows,
Oh,
everything around you. Baby, when I smudge my room and open the window, open the closet and smudge in there, and ain't nothing in there but my
exactly.
clothes. But to me, closets are portals.
Yeah. Yep. Just like
And
mirrors.
sometimes they uninvited
Yeah,
come into it. Then yeah, no, you can't stay here either. Get out.
that's true. And look, speaking of that, you can use different things besides sage as well to smoke cleanse
I bought a root
your space.
smudge bundle the other day.
Yep. So it's different things. What's another water? Um,
You
we
got
went
solar
over.
water.
Ooh, sis. Now that's the good stuff, y'all. That's when you want to just manifest happiness, joy, like even money. The solar water is very powerful. Don't sleep on that solar energy because a lot of times, if you really scroll through the spiritual community, most of them focus on moon water the most. But baby, that solar water, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on it, especially when you want to bring in good stuff. Because I tell, like when someone's taking my spiritual bath,
Hmm.
I always say once you clear out that gunk, you want to replace it with something
Always.
good.
You always fill yourself with something
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because you're clearing the vessel. You are a vessel. And when you're clearing out the vessel from what no longer serves you,
Mm-hmm.
you want to fill yourself back up with the proper energy, with the proper spiritual nutrients.
Yes.
And so you decide what you replenish yourself with.
Exactly. You can't leave that space. Like once you clear yourself of the negativity or whatever you're trying to get rid of, that space is of it's still gonna have to be replaced with something, right?
Hmm.
So I always tell people if you take a spiritual bath and you're gonna go back out doing the same foolishness, wait. Wait till you get that over with, then take one. Okay? Or whatever.
Girl, please.
Because
They gonna treat it like they treat going to confessions.
yeah,
They gonna take the bath and say, okay, I did good now, and then I'm gonna go back out and do it again. That is not how that works. That is not a revolving door. That is not it. You just wasted every piece of herb and everything else. You just wasted a confessional booth. You just wasted all of it because you're doing the same thing. If you ain't ready to
right.
stop being destructive, just go and live your best destructive life and
Exactly.
stop the performativeness because performative is not gonna fix you. And then you'll be hollering, it doesn't work. No, you didn't work.
Exactly. Sis,
I'm sorry. Did I say that rude? I'm sorry.
you just spanked them spiritually just then. Y'all just got y'all just got a smack.
I did one of those.
Right. And we got rainwater, right? Rainwater is softer, but it's equally powerful because it's good for renewal and fresh beginnings, right?
Now, sis, I got a
So,
question for you.
mhm,
Does this matter? Because it was asked to me and I didn't have the answer for it. So I'm gonna ask you,
mhm.
your rainwater or your storm water, does it matter whether it is lunar or solar?
You know what, sis? To me, it do. To me, it do. Because the rain, like if it's raining when the sun is out, because that sun has different, you know, properties from the moon, right? Because of what the
Hmm.
sun represents, that rain is gonna have that versus
Hmm.
the moon, right?
Hmm.
If that makes sense. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's still all about your intentions. But with solar rain, I would use that differently from the moon water. So if that makes sense.
So day versus night, it still
Exactly.
it changes the properties. Okay. Okay.
Um,
So it's like a combo water then.
it can be. Yeah, it
Okay.
can be. Because let's say you want to cleanse yourself. You can cleanse yourself with that moon water that night, right? Or the
Hmm.
next day or that morning. You can, like I said, when we talked about refilling that energy space, you can use the solar water or the rain water from when the sun was out.
Now, y'all, don't be like me, the person that leaves it out 24 hours. So you got the all purpose
Hey,
solar lunar combo, baby. It's gonna do it all.
it's gonna do it all. But I'm just saying, like, if you collected the rain at night or something like that, and you just forgot to bring it in, and the sun came out, it might be it might be the same, right? Versus you collecting your rainwater while the sun is still out. You know, back in the day, we always say the devil be his wife. Why do we say
Girl,
that? Why do we say that?
because it was sun shining and it was raining and it was like, oh, he must be putting in that work. Like,
Right? And
I'm
y'all,
just
that's them
saying.
old voodoo sayings too, y'all. For real. But um, that's rain water. Okay, it's good for healing work, new ventures, and spiritual resets. And it's also good for blessing your home. And you can add it to your Florida water. Okay. And
Mhm.
I would add it to my Florida water when you want to call in peace and stuff like that. Um, what else we got? Let me look through my
I
damn notes.
mean, the now when you're looking at Florida water, I just want to say, and see, sis refers to it as Florida water. I prefer referring to it as spirit water. Um, but all waters in that aspect are not created equal. It depends on what you use to make it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I see a
Um,
lot of people when they make Florida water, like they use roses and stuff like that. I don't use none of that in my Florida water.
I
So
don't
it just
use roses. I use a lot of citrus, mint, bay
and there's nothing
leaves,
wrong with water roses, but that's just
and
not
all.
how
It's,
I make mine.
and then this last one that I made that good Inferno water. Yeah, y'all, I haven't quite put that one out there yet, but I made a batch of Inferno water. It's got peppers, it's got horseradish.
sis, sis, we're going to work, y'all. But sometimes Inferno water is called fiery water, right? Because it got that fire to it for sure.
It's gonna burn away whatever you ain't wanting there. It's good for hex breaking. It's good
Yeah,
for,
it's a very
but I don't
protective water.
advise that y'all pour that into your bath water just because we ain't trying to light certain parts of ourselves on fire
Yeah, but
unless you feel like you
it's a
need that.
really good protective water at the end of the day. And originally it's designed to burn away negative energy. So it's it's gonna do that. When sis told me all that she put in it, I said, "God, girl." And when I say burn away negative energy, I mean that exactly that spiritually.
The batch I made was meant to combust it like you threw it into a volcano. Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain be working overtime.
But now you
And
can tell us is you can add a little bit to your bath water,
a
but
little bit,
yeah,
literally like
just a
cap
little
full.
bit
Look,
because it's
look,
like
look,
a
cap
spiritual
full.
defense. Yeah,
But we ain't trying to burn off every part of your body. So don't pour the whole bottle of it in there if I ever decide to actually put it on the website. Don't put the whole bottle in because I'm not responsible for what you're going to feel like later on down
yeah,
below.
and look, don't come with that. We done told you now.
Done told you, don't you do that. That's the same as peppermint. I just want to say I'm not trying to embarrass my baby. But I gave my son, sis laughed at me so hard because he was having a hard time. And I said, you need a spiritual cleanse. And my son trusted me enough to go on down the path with mama. And I mixed him up a bath and everything. And I dropped a little peppermint oil, essential oil into his water. But I had a little too much peppermint in there. And his male bits didn't like it at all.
Oh,
I was so sorry. I had to apologize for that. I said, I'm sorry, baby. It was more than a little dash dash, and the bottle kind of just poured, and I didn't mean to.
poor
And
baby.
yeah, you can't take peppermint oil out the water once it's in there unless you just pour out that whole bath. So be very, very careful.
It's okay.
Matter of fact, I just need to put a whole warning on peppermint essential oil.
Look, I
Because I
love it.
told my homegirl when her congestion was there, say, hey, get a bowl of boiling water, steaming water, put some couple drops of peppermint essential oil in it, and then cover your head up and do a steam. Um, she didn't pay attention to what I said when I said a couple drops, and she was just like a salt shaker. That baby was high off of peppermint oil, like she was to the moon. And I said, what the heck
That
did you?
peppermint is no joke. I love it. Like when I was going through a really difficult season last year, and I kept having like anxieties, attacks, and just crazy stuff due to my medical issue. I would take me a bath with chamomile and peppermint, and baby, I'd be so relaxed about when I get out the shower or out the tub. Listen, I love peppermint. My mother used to always say, "God damn, they can go with that peppermint, smell it all up and down the hallway." I'm like, look, let me relax, please.
Okay, like let me have this moment because this is peace for me.
And I love the way it smells because it just opens you up. Yeah. But you know what's so crazy? I don't use peppermint in none of my products. None. That is so
I
crazy.
do when I make a batch of spirit water, like my regular batch,
Mm-hmm.
I will put mint, not peppermint, but
Yeah.
the actual mint. I
Mm-hmm.
will put mint in there. Um, I do put the mint in.
And yeah, you make me think because I posted a really easy cleansing water recipe on Facebook. Yeah, I don't have it with me, but it done sat since I made that video. And if y'all don't go make it, y'all make me.
Oh,
I
oh,
don't have.
okay.
I thought I had it with me, but y'all need to make it. It done got dark and all the little stuff done mingled up in there, and baby, it's ready. Real easy and simple.
So sis, we're gonna wrap up, but where can everybody find your waters?
Sis, why you doing me like that? You know my website ain't work.
I don't care.
My
They can
website.
inbox you where.
But look, go to Sacred Aura Healing on Facebook, and you're gonna see a logo. The logo is gonna say Sacred Path Coaching. That's me. because I don't want y'all to get confused because I think it's about five more sacred auras or something when
Uh-huh.
I was searching. And you know what's
Okay.
so funny? That's why I changed my name the first time. Because I used to go by Awakened Auras. But when I looked it up on Facebook, it was 1,000 Awakened Auras. So I said, okay, let me change. I'm gonna change it to Sacred Auras. Yeah. So just check out the
But
logo. Make sure it
why
says
you
Sacred
think
Past
I
Culture.
got meditate with sense with a Z at the end, and I went on and got that copyright and everything to that
Mm,
logo.
I need to do the same. I need to find something
Cause
that's gonna
I wasn't
stick.
playing. I ain't want
But yeah,
nobody else to be like it was the same person. No, it wasn't. If it wasn't with a
I
Z,
got a
it wasn't
fridge
me.
right here, a mini fridge right here, all my baths and stuff in here. Yeah.
So yes, you can go
Spirit
find
release,
all
y'all.
sissy stuff. But
Spirit release.
yep,
This is
there's
what
that
this is
one.
dealing with. Y'all know this is when you're dealing with them damn spirit attachment that don't want to let you go. The ones that been with you since you was a baby, and now that you're grown, they don't grew up with you.
Are we
This is
talking
for
about
that.
actual spirit attachments, or are we talking about them two-legged attachments? I mean, I'm just trying to be
Girl,
clear.
this the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It can be because let me tell you something. I'm seeing some women
Me
strung
too.
out, strung out to the point where they need deliverance over a man. I'm just being honest. You can use this spirit release, blue veil, all purpose, and I don't feel like putting out no more. So, but those you can use in the dragon blood Florida water, in the original grandma Florida water. I'm out of dragon blood for Florida water.
I ain't got no more blue veil, but yeah, my bottle is yeah. Cause see, I was that one that I be doing so much work that I didn't want to do the half bottle, and I had to go on and just I just emptied the bottle out. I'm like, ooh, I need some more. I wonder if sis can make me a big bottle.
Yeah, and you know what? This is my most common one, the blue veil. And you know, I said I was gonna start making maybe 16 ounces because
Oh, I took
somebody
my
inboxed
oil
me and
with
said,
me too when I went to New Orleans.
huh?
I took my oil with me, my blue veil. I took
Oh
that with me
yeah.
too.
Oh well, let me tell you, sis. This is sis prosperity oil. I use it for everything. When I anointed
Yeah.
my money rice, you best believe this prosperity oil blend went in it. Stop playing with me. My candle is done. But guess what? It was anointed with the prosperity oil as well. But I used it for everything. If I'm doing money work, I'm using this. Let me tell y'all, since I'm using this, guess who clientele has increased? Mine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Guess who jobs are coming? Inboxing me. Me. Stop playing. I love this stuff. Stop playing with this. Oh yeah. And get back into the candles. Yeah, my throat chakra candle is lit. And my third eye. So guess who was doing readings yesterday? Had a third eye candle lit and third eye was wide open. Stop playing. And now let me tell y'all something. Let me be clear. Because a lot of y'all do not know how to use spiritual products. When you taking prosperity oil, take it. Say your prayer, right? Okay. And if you're good at visualization, use visualization and speak your affirmations or whatever you want to speak. Rub your oil, right? You can anoint the bottom of your feet, and you can be saying affirmation as you anoint the bottom of your feet. You can anoint your wallet, right? Since I do a lot of work on the computer or my phone, guess what? Stop playing. Everything I touch is gonna bring me something.
I anoint myself. Um, I am a therapist as well
Mm-hmm.
as a channeler, as well as a crafter of spiritual products and talismans. But I'm a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on heart and mind. And I anoint the crown of my head. I anoint my third eye. I anoint my temples. I anoint my throat, my heart, and my hands because I spend all day typing and
Exactly.
doing everything else.
And
And I
speaking of
anoint
that,
my feet because when I walk out that door, I need abundance and wealth to follow me.
exactly. And listen, I feel like when it comes to your temples, if you have protection oil, always anoint your temples because people will like to try to spiritually attack you through your psyche
Oh,
first.
yes, you can layer oils, y'all.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
might start off with your prosperity oil because you doing what you need to do. You might decide to say, "Oh, I'm about to do some other spiritual working, so we got that good just anointing
Hmm.
oil." You might decide I need protection while I'm doing this spiritual working and I'm working on my prosperity. And so you layer them three oils and speak again your intentions and prayers and then anoint yourself and your tools. You
Yes,
can also drop that oil into your bath.
you can. You can. And the same thing go for smudging people. Don't just light it and go. First of all, open your windows because we don't want them spirits in there dancing, having a good time. We want to get rid of them, right? We're trying to get rid of that energy, right? So open your window.
That is spirit.
You can use scriptures when smudging, or you can say whatever you feel led to say. A lot of times, I say what I feel led to say, right? But you want to make sure you do all the corners of your home.
I was being funny. Y'all sis was ignoring me because I said, what if they the spirit? But
You
you
don't
might
see
need to
stuff,
smudge yourself.
right? You don't see stuff, but anyway,
You
yeah,
need to smudge yourself too. Why? Because sometimes there's different attachments and aspects that you need to go on and cleanse off of yourself that you've come in contact with that you don't
exactly.
want lingering.
Mm-hmm.
They jumped on for the ride.
Yes, smudging is a must. And then and
Can
the same
smudge
thing
with
with the
cedar, you
oils.
can smudge with rue, you can smudge with lavender, you can smudge with Palo Santo. Although,
Yes,
please make sure it is ethically sourced and not over sourced because that one is also
yeah.
endangered because people
And the
are
same
over
thing
harvesting.
um with the oils. You do your Florida water the same way. You're gonna pray over your Florida water. You can anoint yourself with it. Now, me, people talk about me a lot, believe it or not. So I always have to anoint my ears. Ears. I have to do it every day. I always anoint my temples, right?
Other pressure points.
Mm-hmm. Right here as well, and my feet. That's important. Very important.
Spiritual workers' feet and hands are very important,
Yes.
just as
And
important as their
then
crown.
your tools. Cleanse your tools. Some kind of way you disappeared, sis, but you're back.
Oh, on here.
Yeah. But
And y'all, those of you that before we leave, those of you that do have altars, because everyone doesn't have an altar.
yeah,
Just like you got to do spiritual maintenance on yourself, clean your altar.
I cleaned it.
That is where you work with your ancestors, your deities. That is where you're doing your spiritual workings. You know, if it's your working altar, not your altar for reverence and prayer, but your actual working altar, because some people have multiple. But cleanse your altar space, please. Dust it off, whether it's incense, dust and dirt and stuff, or
Tell me,
you
sis.
had offerings on your altar, that, or just the energy that you are working and transmuting with on that altar. Cleanse your altar and your space in order to keep enhancing the strength of your workings and your connection to spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let that get staticky and gunked up. You
And
gotta
it's so
cleanse that as
easy.
well.
And it's so easy to get busy and forget about your altar. I always put some kind of reminder in my phone once a month. And the word altar pop up, 5 o'clock altar. Oh, I ain't just did my altar in a minute. Let me go do what I need to do. Because I know sometimes we get busy and forget. Altar be there collecting all kind of dust, everything. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're someone who's very busy, just put a reminder in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever works for you. And also, let me say this: if you are a witch or practitioner, don't be afraid to buy from other practitioners. Okay, because just like y'all be going online ordering the Florida water, I used to do the same thing. But guess what? Other people in your community make it just as well. Just like y'all be going online ordering all them candles. Look, they're not putting no kind of that stuff is made mass production. Ain't no kind of nothing going into it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so stop being like that because I noticed in the spiritual community, I'm like people in the spiritual community don't like to buy from one another. I don't know if they think like I don't know what it is, but if I see something I like and I'm drawn to it, and I feel like you a good whatever, I'm gonna get it from you. No problem. I'd
Definitely.
rather order from you than online.
The thing for me is this: when there's a situation, like we always said before, no one to refer out, or even for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There was a situation I said, let me call sis because the bath that she's gonna make is gonna move some stuff. I can maintain it later, but I'm gonna need her to step in and do that. Everybody has a different calling, a different purpose, a different gift, so to speak.
Yeah,
Y'all might be similar, but one person, one practitioner is gonna excel in an area different than the next.
and that is okay.
You
Y'all
don't
have to
have to be
learn
that
that.
one-stop shop that everybody can get everything from you because that's not how that works and that's overwhelming and taxing on your spirit period.
Let me tell you something, and that's when I say you have to learn your lane as well. I don't make spiritual oils like that, but that's not my lane, right? I might make one or two if I'm led. But that's it. You know what? I have tried, and I have made some. That's just not what I excel in. Okay, so since I know that's not what I excel in, guess what? I don't make them like that. I know that I'm good in baths and stuff like that, and that's what I create. And that's okay. So if I need some oil, guess what I'm gonna go to? Sis. Because I'm sure gonna need some more prosperity oil, and I want some of that anointing oil. So it's, I mean, it just is what it is. It's okay. I don't make candles, but sis do, and she make customized. So guess what? Sis, I already got sis making me a prosperity candle. Stop playing. Like it's okay. You don't have to know everything or be good at everything
I'm
because
waiting
everybody
on
got
my
different
I'm
gifts.
waiting on my oils and things to come in so that I can get her blend right because yeah.
You know, but we all got different gifts, and that's what makes you authentic on your path, me authentic on my path, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
may do some things similar, but guess what? It's still different. So it's okay. It's
And
okay.
to
I
me,
know.
I can't never have too much. I mean, I make candles, I buy candles from other people.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got something that I want, guess what? Send me your cash app. What's your website? Oh, you take cash because we in the same city? Cool. I'm gonna
And
support you.
look, I made a post today. Another thing, because we got to go. Before y'all start offering readings, because I know somebody who's a baby on it who just started and they already posted readings, but they don't really know what it means, so they just post the key meaning to them, key meanings. Look, I know you're trying to jump on and start making money quick, and that's fine. But learn a little more first. It's okay. Ain't no, it's plenty out there. It's okay. Learn a little more for it first. Okay? It's all good. I had to too. When I first started, guess who I practiced with? My family. Look, let me do a reading for you. Let me see, can I do like just practice before you put it out there to the world? Because you're gonna do a reading for somebody and they're gonna get mad and call you out and say you're faking, you're gonna be in your feelings. Then you're gonna question your whole practice. It's just reading my past. Then you're gonna be going back to Christianity. Wait, I
Oh,
think I
oh,
just went too far. I'm sorry.
we've been passing out spankings all night, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm unfiltered. Sisters apparently got a broke filter today, and I'm loving it because that's not normal, but I love it. Readings ain't my lane. I can do readings, and I do them for people that I know privately, but I am not that public reader that is gonna hop online on live, or I'm not posting to say, "Hey, I'm
Let me
doing
tell
readings."
you something,
Hey, y'all, that's not for me.
and people gonna get mad when I say this, but I do not care. Y'all ready? When I get online and I see you got 50 to 100 people on your live and you constantly reading like that, baby, you're playing. Because real readers know once you do a reading, sometimes you be drained. There is
Completely.
no way you can do that many readings live and you're not depleted. I don't care if you spray yourself when you're done, baby, no. So that's how I know you're not really tapping in. You're just doing surface level reading to make some money, and that's fine, honey. Make your money. But no, that's why real readers, you don't see them on live, honey. I don't care. You're not gonna see them live, and it just is what it is. And you can get mad and argue with your mammy. I don't care again. But it is what it is because think about it, sis. When you're doing readings, you're divining, right?
Mhm.
You're opening your third eye, your higher self, your intuition, all of that. There's no way I can do 50 to 100, 200, 300. I seen 500 people on the live one time.
Yeah, no.
Come on
Now I
now.
see people that will go live, and one of my sisters, she'll go live, but she may do during that live, she might do five. I've seen maybe 10, but then after that, it's shut down.
Right.
She'll be like, oh, ain't nobody else hit my inbox. And she will get on about her business.
I just
Because
can't.
all the extra draining stuff, because sometimes it does become a headache when folks get to you get some
I
people
just
that you
can't.
do that reading and you be sitting there like, what?
And let me tell you something. I used to be an advisor on King.com, so I know how it is. And I'm actually still an advisor. I just ain't been on there in a while. But I know how it is to be trying to read back to back to back to back to back like that. Because when you on those platforms, they trying to get their money worth. Because you charging $2, $3 a minute. So they trying to get them questions. So you gotta be in and out, in and out. So I know that's why I'm able to say it's impossible to tap in, do a real deep reading. You have to do surface levels. And then you do
Although,
surface level, maybe they'll come back and book and you can do a real one, but no. Nah,
hey, sis, and I do good readings. It's just
mm-hmm.
I get accused of whooping people's tails on their readings, and I be trying to do that. That be your spirit team coming through saying it, giving you your message. It ain't my fault.
Listen. And I think when it comes to readings, I just have a preference. I like to do readings where people are going to have some kind of growth or some kind of clarity they've been seeking or something that is meaningful. I do not like doing relationship readings. Don't get me wrong, I will do them. But what do you want to do with your life?
Sis, I just want to say, and then
What,
you go close us out. Um, you gonna close us out with a little spiritual blessing
a spiritual blessing?
for the week. Something to just leave us with for the week. But Yeah, I just think my sis, her filter is broke when it comes to relationships. She's over relationship readings. She's over relationship questions. She's over relationship spell work. She wants y'all to figure out what y'all gonna do with y'all life besides trying to fall in love with somebody. Cause if you falling in love with somebody, but all y'all got is a microwave and not a stove, y'all got a cooler instead of a refrigerator. Y'all got a cardboard box instead of an apartment. I
Yes.
think you got more pressing matters, and sis is over it. So, with that being
Over it. And I think because I used to do so many, and now I'm just like, because moving forward, I already posted. I only do ancestral readings, life path, and past life. Because guess what? Those are going to help you on your path. Okay,
and love will
not
fall in the
not
mix
no
on its
man.
own.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah,
sis,
let's
give
get
us
ready to close
that
it out.
weekly spiritual blessing, those words of wisdom, and we're gonna close out and see them next time.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I know today was kind of all over the place, and that's fine. This is how me and sis communicate pretty much on a daily basis. Okay, so we want to thank you all for tuning in, and I'm going to take a moment, sis. We need to take a deep breath. Just inhale and exhale. Y'all, sis, I should have let her do it because she's good with the meditation. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to Sacred Whisper Podcast, right? And I just want to remind you all that it is okay to start where you are at. You don't have to be perfect, right? And just go with the flow. Be like the river, honey. Just flow. Just flow.
Mhm.
Okay? So don't worry about anything outside of yourself, especially if you can't do nothing about it. Okay? And like I said the other day, learn how to go within. So if things get too hectic, learn how to quiet the noise and go within. And
Mhm.
I leave y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.